883 polling stations, and Form 34B, which will come from the 290 constituencies. So those forms are what forms the results. Those are the official results. As a commission, we have set up a framework for looking at the forms before we do the final announcement, and that will be done here in the Bomas of Kenya in this auditorium. The Commission has called for the original forms, Form 34As and Form 34Bs from all over the country, which we shall look at in comparison with all the other results and documents received. The Commission has 7 days to announce presidential results. But in the process of looking at all these documents, we promise Kenyans that as soon as we are ready, we shall announce the presidential results. Lastly, and this to all the candidates and the chief agents who may be here, the Commission has set up a desk where they can access the Form 34As from right now going forward. So please come, access those forms, compare with the data which you have, which your agents have from the respective polling stations, so that we can move on with this exercise. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I think you can pose them.
Thank you very much, Chair, for the update. My name is O'Brien, and I work with the national broadcaster KBC. 2 questions. The opposition, or part of the opposition, NASA, they're saying that this election has been a fraud. I want to hear from you, what is your response in regard to this? Question number 2, they are saying that they're going to announce their own results, which they have been tallying with their agent at the polling station level. What is your response in regard to these? And by when do you expect, legally we know that you are supposed to announce the winner of the presidential election, in 7 days, but do we really have to wait for 7 days, honestly?
Yeah, thank you for your questions. Yesterday, Kenyans turned out in large numbers to exercise their democratic right, and we saw long queues all over the country. The Commission got feedback that the process of voting was free and fair. Now, what NASA says, and they have cast aspersions on one item of the electoral process, and that's the results transmission, which results are the ones which are being displayed on the screen. And I'm happy you're saying NASA also wants to tally the result. That's fine. But what we are saying is, from what I understood, the only issue is on the results transmission, not on the whole electoral process. And that's why the Commission is going a little bit a mile longer, that instead of us just relying on the transmitted results, we're also calling for the original documents for purposes of knowing and verifying before we do the final announcement. It's only 1 day. We are now on the 2nd day. We have 5 more days. It's doable. It's going to be done, and we shall give Kenyans what they deserve. We shall announce to Kenyans the results of a presidential election. Thank you.
Robert Magilla, CGTN. The NASA flag bearer, Raila Odinga, also claims that your system was hacked. Your response to that?
I Just also, I'm sure I watched the press statement from the NASA presidential candidate. The system, whether it's hacked or not, those are aspersions which have been cast, those are allegations. As a commission, we shall have our own investigative system to kick in. We shall come up with a methodology as to finding out whether or not those claims are correct. And several other claims were made as well. So we shall go into that and find out whether or not those claims are true. But we have faith in the system. It's the same system we used for verification, it's the same system we used for candidate management, it's the same system we are using now for the rest of the processes. So yes, if there are claims, we shall look into them. But as for now, I cannot say whether or not the system has been hacked.
Nicholas Lele from CAS TV, you've said you've called for Form 34B or F. My question is are you saying you are calling for the hard copies, or you are still waiting for the scanned copies as you had said before?
The scanned copies of Form 34As are here, most of them, and that's why we are saying we have set up a desk for the chief agents of the candidates to now start perusing the same. The scanned copies of Form 34Bs will also be sent direct to this center by the returning officers. But in addition to that, we have also called for the originals of those documents, both the Form 34As and 34Bs, so that we can move on with the exercise.
Question, Sam Gituku from Citizen TV. And first, if you could confirm or clarify how many forms you've received of the 34Bs, how many you've received from across the country electronically. And number two, when you're saying that you'll be receiving 34A and Bs, the physical forms, what is the deadline that you're giving? Finally, do you have an indication of the voter turnout as of the records you have so far?
Yeah, I think those are operational questions. Yes, I think you'll come in and answer some of them. But for purposes of what we have received, I think the technical team to give the statistics of that. Thank you.
My name is James Rotemo from the Media Council. Are you going to display the forms 34 for the public to overview?
Yes, thank you. Form 34 is available now to 34A, as I said, is available to the agents of the candidates. It's also been downloaded onto the public portal, and it can be viewed by the public.
My name is Luca Rich from the Star. You said you are the result being displayed is not final. Is it right to say like Kenyans should ignore whatever is being displayed by the Commission? And then secondly, the Form 34As that are in your possession in comparison with whatever is being displayed, have you people realized any differences in terms of figures?
I didn't get your first question.
My first question was, you said that the results being displayed are not final. Is it right to tell Kenyans to ignore whatever being displayed and wait for the result that will be collected from 34A and B?
Okay, the results, the official results, and the law demands that the results are the results in the Form 34A and 34B. Those are the results which the law demands. And so we just want to comply with the law. And that's what I'm saying.
Chairman Olive Barrows from Capital FM. You're issuing conflicting statements. Do you have confidence in the systems, or are you saying there's a possibility that they were hacked?
I think I've said that, and I'll say it again. We set up a system which has carried us through and as up to yesterday when Kenyans went to vote, it worked for them. It worked for us, for IEBC. The system is set up to do results transmission, but we have had concerns raised, and we can't, as a commission, ignore those concerns because it involves Kenyan voters as well. So basically what we are saying is we want to look at the original forms, verify, and I think at the end of the day, we shall all do an audit, and those questions will be answered.
Bwana Mwenyekiti, ndugu Wafula Chebukati. Jina langu ni Mathias Mumanyi kutoka KBC Radio Taifa. Kwa manufaa ya Mkenya ambaye yupo mashinani anangependa kukusikiliza kwa Kiswahili, ungependa kueleza waziwazi, je, lile wasilisho kwamba matokeo yatawasilishwa katika kaunti baada ya kuripotiwa rasmi ama kutangazwa rasmi na returning officer, kisha yaje kwenye screen ama ukipenda kiwambo, je, ingewezekana hayo yote yakawa yamepokelewa badala ya sisi kupata in collective form, yani katika jumla kwenye kiwambo? Ingekuwa bora zaidi waeleze wa Kenya, hususan katika lugha ya taifa.
Asante. Tunasema matokeo ambayo yalitangazwa kwa polling stations, hiyo matokeo ni ya sawa. Ile matokeo ambayo itatangazwa na returning officer kwa constituency tallying center, hiyo pia ni sawa, na dume itapokea hiyo matokeo, alafu tutafanya hesabu hapa tuambie wa Kenya nani ni mshindi wa presidential elections. Kitu nataka kuambia wa Kenya huko nje ni wakae watulivu, tutashughulikia mambo ya kuhesabu kura na tutatangaza mshindi kulingana na vile sheria inasema. Thank you very much.
Na mheshimiwa, kuna swali moja tu ambalo tungetaka tupate jibu, na ni swali ambalo ni muhimu sana.
I would like the CEO to answer the other question first.
Na kabla ya
carry on. Yeah, thank you.
The question was about much more about statistics. By the time we were going home, if we went home, that is, as of 3 o'clock in the morning, we had received a total of 22,000 forms. That is Form 34As. Those that were transmitted together with the text data. As of this morning, around 9 o'clock, we had 28,000 forms received, and we expect to receive much more because the target is to get all the forms given to received by us at the National Tallying Center. In terms of deadline for receiving all these forms, Chairman just mentioned about the different categories of forms, Form 34As and Form 34Bs. Form 34Bs are compiled by the constituency returning officers. So for us to be able to receive, including the physical forms, Form 34As, the presiding officer shall deliver to the constituency returning officer the Form 34A, and the constituency returning officer shall put all that information together and send it over to us, and that will be the basis upon which we'll finalize the process of results management. In terms of turnout, I can see based on that, if you consider that interim report is now at 75% there. The assumption that we make, based on the process that we had set up, where before the results are sent, and which is the results in the text format and the results in the scanned form, before they are sent, the presiding officer, together with the agents at the polling station, must be able to compare the two to ensure that there is consistency between the results that have been typed in the kit and the results
that are on the form that is going to be scanned. So by and large, we expect that that consistency is maintained. But for purposes of declaration of the final results, and the Commission has said this before, and will continue saying that, we'll wait to have all the forms together, submitted to us by the constituency returning officers, so that we are able to do the calculations and announce the results. But in addition to that, I wanted to say that the political parties, the party agents at the presidential level, the desk set up down here is for you to be able to access the Form 34S. So you may need to bring us, your technical people, to come and work here with our people. For the public, what has happened is that there is the forms that have been received from the field, they come in image format. And for those who know, that data is heavy. So we separated the platforms. What you are seeing on the screen is a result as received together with the forms, where the forms have been received, but tabulated and analyzed on the basis of the text data. So for easier display, we had to separate those two platforms. So we have a separate platform where we are now pushing in the Form 34s for easy access by the public. And given the amount or the number of forms that we have to load, up to 40,000 forms. So that process has taken slightly longer, but by 1 o'clock, I've just been told, we're going to have that URL, forms.iebc.or.ke, available to the public as well. So this information will be available to the public once that transfer is actually complete. Thank you very much.
I'm Eugene Andabwa of Third Way Alliance. A question was asked about how come you're displaying results which are not final. And my task to you, and just trying to tell you in the Commission, what is the point of sharing details which are not final by a whole Commission? Why can't you agree on what is final before you share? Because you can imagine the kind of anxiety that it raises, you know? You can imagine at the point that maybe a candidate had prepared based on what you're providing now, that they are actually getting to the lead. Just for you guys to overturn that on, say, the 7th day, as you put it. Why don't you tell us that we'll be ready to give the official results on the 6th day, so that we're not bombarded with these things that are not final anyway?
You said you're who, sir?
Eugene Andabwa from Third Way Alliance.
Oh, that's a political party.
Yes.
My name is Irene Mwangi from KUTV. I was asking for purpose of clarity. The Form 34A from the different polling stations, are they being signed by the agents of all the political divides, or are we seeing a situation whereby it's only one political divide which is signing the Form 34A? And then my second question is that there was an issue that was reported in Kilgore's constituency in one of the polling stations, whereby we had the number of voters, and it was an issue which was reported in Kilgore's constituency in one of the polling stations.
Naam, jina langu naitwa Ken Wariahe kutoka K24, na swali langu, na Wakenya watanisamehe kwa kulitaja jina la marehemu aliyekuwa naibu mkurugenzi wa idara ya teknolojia ya mawasiliano Chris Msando. Na swali ambalo ningetaka kuuliza, muungano wa NASA umeweza kutoa madai na kusema kwamba kuna uwezekano kwamba nywila au kipenda kimombo password ambazo walikuwa nazifahamu huenda zimetumika katika kuingilia mtandao wa kupeperusha matangazo kwa kutumia njia ya elektroniki, na kwamba kuna uwezekano kwamba kuna kura ambazo zimekuwa zikiondolewa kutoka zile ambazo zinafaa kuongezwa kwa muungano wa NASA na kura nyingine kuongezwa kwa. Nataka mtueleze, kuna uwezekano kwamba kuna nywila au passwords zozote ambazo mtu angeweza kupata
Nauliza hivi, Wakenya wamekuwa na shauku sana tangu jana mlipoondoka kutoa taarifa yenu ya mwisho, na sie kama wanahabari tulikuwa tunatarajia kwamba mtakuwa mnatupatia habari kila baada ya dakika kadhaa, labda 30 hivi. Sasa labda utupashe haswa ni baada ya kipindi cha muda gani mtakuwa mnatupatia habari, alafu tuwaelezea Wakenya ni kwa nini mmechukua kimya kirefu tangu jana mpaka sasa ndio kutupatia habari hizi.
Okay. Okay. With regards to the question by, let me start with the last one. Why we haven't been consistent since last evening giving the briefings. Yesterday, you were aware that during the projections of results, at some point we had a lengthy moment than usual, and we thought that different stakeholders needed to understand what was happening. So we retreated to have a meeting, and it was quite a lengthy meeting to build consensus on some of the issues that were emerging in as far as results transmission was concerned. And that's why we issued our briefing much later. This morning, of course, we came back here. We had a lot more work to do to ensure that what we had promised to undertake is realized. And it's because of those consultations that it took slightly longer. In terms of further briefings, I think we'll go back to our usual briefings so that the country is kept updated. In as far as the security of the system and access to password is concerned, I want to assure you this. The manner in which the process of coming up with a system was set up was such that we had to ensure that the data that we get from that particular system meets the highest level of integrity. And that means the governance of access became very critical. So, in terms of access within the Commission, this system was actually developed by our partners, MOFO, and the process of transition was deliberately made in such a way that access to any other parties could only happen towards just close to the election. So all along, no other person had any special access to this particular platform because of the desire to ensure that the system is secure and that it guarantees the integrity of the data that comes out of it. So there's no cause for worrying as far as the password management is concerned. Are the forms being signed by the agents? Yes. The forms are supposed to be signed by the agents to confirm the authenticity of those results. But the law also gives a leeway. In the event that party agents or an agent refuses to sign on Form 34A, the presiding officer shall proceed to process the results and also make a note on that form as to why party agents or an agent of a political party did not sign on that particular form. So we expect that all political parties who are represented in different polling stations were able to sign those forms. Then lastly, Kilgoris, in terms of the differences of the results, what we do not expect that the results from a particular polling session would be more than the results, the registered number of voters in that particular polling station. And the easiest way to do that is once I identify the polling station, I still go back to that particular platform, drill down the county, the constituency, and the particular polling stations to actually establish if those results were transmitted. There's no way that those results will actually be transmitted if the number of voters, if the number of, or the total number of votes cast is more than the total number of registered voters. So we'll be able to look into that, but I've not gotten the details of that. And it's also public. You should be able to look at it, analyze, and if there's a difference, we can be able to look at it. Then the last point, Third Way Alliance, why are we displaying this when we are waiting for the forms? Well, if you speak to many Kenyans, for the last 5 years, I think, or since the referendum, we had always projected results that were coming from the polling station in text format. We used to call them provisional results. The Court of Appeal said, or the High Court, making judgment in as far as provisional results are concerned, stated that given the measures that the law anticipates for the Commission to put in place, once votes have been cast at the polling station counted, it's expected that those votes are secure, there's no interference, and parties have agreed on those results, and those results should therefore be final. So what we expected from the presiding officers is for them to ensure that what they're keying in the KIMS kit are final results as they also appear on the Form 34A. So there's expected consistency. And if that is the case, then transmitting and sharing the same information with the public well in advance without human interference in between, I think is good for transparency and integrity of the process. And we're also aware that observers there are also collecting their data. The media has been doing their own analysis. At the end of the day, what we want to ensure is that all of us analyze from the same data and we have the same results. So I don't think that should worry us a lot, but the chair has also said eventually when we declare the results, we must be certain that what is being reflected in text format is what is actually on the Form 34s. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We see you again in another 3 hours. Thank you.
Ngatho cia mwanya mwirori wa Njata TV na ucio ni umemerekia wa imwe kwa imwe kuma kuria Bomas of Kenya kuria chairman wa IEBC ogwetwo Wafula Chebukati o ndomwe na CEO wa IEBC ogwetwo Ezra Chiloba makoro magitariria mitaratara iria IEBC yoete ya gutigirira ati ithurano ici ugo irathi na mbere na gutaririo na gutangathwo ni gukorwo cina uigiririki wa kuigana tukirona mamwe ma maria makoro makihutiririo na njira ndikiri muno makiria ni ati riu maumirira maria turakorwo tugitangatha ma mitambo timo official kana macio timo muico nitondu ni gukire na fomu iria cietagwo citagwo 34As o ũndũ ũmwe na 34Bs iria igũkorwo igĩhũrwo mĩhũri na kũihũrio nĩ agents kũrĩa mashinani kana kũrĩa constituency level nĩgetha icoke ciũke na ciambatĩre county level nĩgetha ikorwo igĩtũmwo thĩinĩ wa headquarters cia gũkũ mũciĩ wa Nairobi na magakiuga atĩ ndagĩka ĩno maumĩrĩra marĩa maragĩkorwo makĩnenganĩrĩrio kũhĩtũkĩra mĩtambo nĩ marĩa makoretwo matũmĩtwo thĩinĩ wa mĩtambo kana nĩ form iria iskanĩtwo na igatũmwo irĩ ta image thĩinĩ wa mĩtambo ya IBC na magakiuga atĩ gũkinyĩria ndagĩka ĩno nĩ gũgũkorwo na portal ĩrĩa gũgĩkorwo atĩ nĩ ya form nĩ ya kũrora form ici tu thĩinĩ wa mĩtambo na makauga nĩ makoretwo magayũkanĩtie mũtambo ũyũ wa analysis tiguo wĩna form na koguo mĩtambo ĩgũkorwo ĩrĩ kana link cia kũhingũra mĩtambo ĩno igũkorwo cirĩ igĩrĩ ũyũ wambĩrĩirie na publics na ũcio ũgũkorwo ũkĩambĩrĩria na form nĩgetha ũkorwo ũgĩtigithũkana na ũyũ wa gũtara mathabu ma kura ũcio ũngĩ naguo gũgĩkorwo wĩ wa form na form ici nĩ iria ikoretwo cikiumĩte kuma ward ciothe thĩinĩ wa bũrũri wa Kenya igathũngũrũrwo ũguo igoka thĩinĩ wa constituency level igacoka gũka thĩinĩ wa county level nĩgetha ikorwo igĩkinyĩra igĩkorwo ikĩoywo nĩ returning officers makorwo magĩcitũma headquarters na njĩra ya mĩtambo o ũndũ ũmwe na njĩra ya gũkĩrehe iratathi rĩu rĩo rĩene nĩrĩo arakiuga atĩ no marĩrĩkĩrĩria na gwĩka mathabu ma maratathi form ici cirĩ hard copies na tũgĩthiaga na mbere nĩ atĩ mũndũ ũgwĩtwo chairman wa IBC nĩ akorwo agĩtarĩria akiuga atĩ mĩtaratara ya gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ magũthũrima form icio ĩmwe kwa ĩmwe kana ĩmwe hamwe na ĩngĩ nĩ mĩharĩrĩrie na ĩkambĩkwo mũno makĩria wega nĩgetha gũtigĩrĩra atĩ to mathabu ma kĩmĩtambo tu megwĩkĩka no nĩ gũgũkorwo na mathabu marĩa meragwo atĩ rĩu form ĩno nĩ ya wardina na na kura cigana ũna cia mũhũranĩri wa gĩturwa ng'ania na agĩcoka ahutĩrĩria akiuga atĩ mena thikũ mũgwanja nĩgetha makorwo makĩanĩrĩra mũhotani wa gĩturwa kĩa president na kũrĩa agĩkorwo akĩna Akenya mathiĩ na mbere na kũhorera na kũmahe kanya na kũmahe time ĩrĩa yagĩrĩire nĩgetha makorwo makĩrĩkia ũtari na ũthũrimi wa nũ ũhotanĩte thĩinĩ wa gĩturwa kĩa president kũrĩa auga mena thikũ mũgwanja ũguo thĩinĩ wa thikũ icio mũgwanja no matangathe na thikũ ithatũ no matangathe na thikũ inya no matangathe na thikũ ithano nginya rĩrĩa cirĩgĩkinya thikũ mũgwanja hihi no mage gũkinyia mũgwanja kana makinyie mũgwanja watho nĩ ũmetĩkĩrĩtie gũkorwo magĩkinyia thikũ mũgwanja na ũndũ ũngĩ ndakorwo ngĩthikĩrĩria nĩ atĩ candidates kana ahũranĩri a iturwa ngũrani o ũndũ ũmwe na agents ao nĩ magũkorwo makĩhota ku access form icio iria ikoretwo igĩkinya na ciĩkũrĩa Bomas of Kenya na ngakĩona atĩ nĩ gũgĩkorwo kwĩna desk o ũndũ ũmwe na portal ĩyo ndakwĩra ya mĩtambo teno ya gwĩkorwo ũkĩrora form ĩyo ona we wĩ mũndũ kĩũmbe na gwatuĩka atĩ commission ĩno nĩ gũkorwo ĩgĩthondeka data kana maumĩrĩra ĩharĩrĩrie maumĩrĩra rĩu kuma kwĩ form ici mũhĩrĩga wa hard copy iharĩrĩrie maumĩrĩra ma kũbanga kũnanĩng'ania ũtongoretie kũringana na mathabu ma kura iria cigũkorwo cingĩrĩte na oho nake CEO wa IBC ũgwĩtwo Ezra Chiloba nĩ akorwo agĩtarĩria atĩ mena ũma na nĩ mehokete mĩtambo ĩyo tondũ mĩtambo ĩyo nĩyo twerorire nayo kana twĩ register-inĩ ta a Kenya mĩtambo ĩyo noyo tũrathuranire nayo na mĩtambo ĩyo noyo ĩracokire kũhũthĩka harĩ ũikia wa kura na he mũmemerekia ũmwe wakorwo akĩũria kĩũria kĩrikĩru mũno makĩria akorwo akĩũria nĩ ũndũ wa gũkorwo atĩ nĩ kũrakĩrĩ na ngahĩha na gwakorwo kwĩna ciũria thutha wa ũrĩa wakĩrĩ mũrũgamĩrĩri wa mĩtambo ĩno kana ũrĩa ũrakĩrĩ acting director wa IT mwena ũcio wa IBC gũkorwo akĩhurũka na ũgatuĩka atĩ hihi nĩ kũrĩ na wagagu gũkoranio kana hihi no gũkorwo mĩtambo ĩyo ĩthogetwo tondũ hihi gũtiũĩkaine kana hihi nĩ hakĩrĩ mũndũ wakĩmwĩtirie password cia kũhingũra na cia gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ akĩmenyithania ũrĩa mĩtambo ĩyo ĩhana no mũndũ ũgwĩtwo Ezra Chiloba akauga atĩ mĩtambo ĩyo nginyagia matukũ-inĩ macio mũthuri ũcio ateire muoyo wake ndĩrakoretwo yambĩtie kũhũthĩka na akauga atĩ nĩ mĩtambo ĩrakoretwo ĩigĩtwo na ũigĩrĩrĩki wa gĩkĩro kĩa igũrũ kũrĩa akiuga atĩ partners ao o hamwe na IBC matirakoretwo mahutĩtie mĩtambo ĩyo nginyagia tũgĩkinyĩria thĩinĩ wa ithurano tũgĩthiĩ na mbere na ũndũ ũngĩ ndakorwo ngĩigua nĩ atĩ mitambo yo ne gukorwo mitambo ino irahuthika ne gukorwo ikirorwo kana ikiringithanio na fomu nigetha kumenya kana hihi ne iragitwarana kuringana na mathabu maria magwikorwo magiko makura ciothe thiini wa iturwa ciothe kuma kia MCA ginyagia president gutire mathabu mategucokerwo na fomu ici iretwo 34As na 34Bs. Macio no maria Mario ni chairman Odumwe na CEO wa IBC Mudogo to chairman etagwo Wafula Chebukati nake CEO wake agetwo Alex agetwo Ezra Chiroba acio makoragwo guku nyumba-ini ya umemerekia ya Anniversary Towers guku na nokuo makirutagira wira no wega na ihinda riri mekore mwena wa Bomas na mundu memerekia aitu mundu gwitwo Nugari wa Kamau na Oscar Kimani wa Ngojiri memwe no cio nigetha gutigirira gutiri undu uratuhituka kuma mweno citukomba guthumura hanini ari thaa 7:19 mohoro no maya turathi tugikunengagiriria uria utari wa kura ici urathi na mbere ugitabanagio no uria ripoti kana miario ya atongoria aria megatu bururi-ini aria himanyitireire honge iria irakuruhana na ithurano uria marathi uria mauga tugakumenyithia nigetha nawe ugaikara wina umenyo ugaikara umenyete ati Njata TV ni utheri wa ruriri tabarira nayo ni githurano 2017 nitago Ann Lawrence.